Hey, Anna, what in the hell is happening that you live in such a big house with a big yard? You're so ugly you belong in a pigsty.
Mother? I haven't heard from you in a while, and now you're bad-mouthing me again?
I'm not bad-mouthing you. I'm just telling you the truth. I left a letter in your mailbox. Did you read it?
I haven't read it yet. I'm on a business trip, so I won't be able to check it until tomorrow.
Oh, you work well enough to go on a business trip? I was wondering what kind of bottom-tier job you have.
I don't think there's such a thing as a bottom-tier job. I'm in sales.
Oh, well, whatever.
I mean, how did you know where I live now? I didn't even tell you where I lived. I was going to cut ties with you.
I didn't want anything to do with you ever again either. I don't even consider an ugly, slow-witted girl like you to be my daughter. But Rebecca insisted. I had no choice.
Rebecca insisted?
If you haven't read the letter, I'll tell you what it says. You get a divorce and get the hell out of that house. And give your husband and your gorgeous house to Rebecca.
Huh? What do you mean? It's absolutely ridiculous for me to give up my husband to my little sister. How could I do that?
Well, while Rebecca was hanging out with her friends, she saw you and a guy walking together, and the guy was exactly her type.
What?
She followed you to find out what was going on, and she said you guys went into the same house together.
She followed us?
Of course. She even checked with the neighbors and got information that you two were a married couple.
That's how you found out where I lived, huh?
You live in a house with a big yard, so your husband must be rich, right? Perhaps he's the president of some company? I wonder how an ugly woman like you managed to get such a great catch. I feel sorry for your husband that he is married to you. I've enclosed the divorce papers with the letter, so just leave him.
What? I don't get it. Why are you so obsessed with me? I thought you only needed Rebecca as your daughter.
That's right, you're ugly and I don't need you. You ran away from home 10 years ago and never came back. Even though it was a coincidence, Rebecca had finally found you. I had no idea you were married. And with a man of Rebecca's type, and before Rebecca is married. This is just a dig at the beautiful and cute Rebecca, isn't it? Just because you can't beat your sister with your ugly face, I can't believe you take a dig at her like this. It's scary how unattractive ugly people can be.
I don't know what type of men Rebecca likes. You say you don't want me, so leave me alone. I'm not going to get involved with such a terrible family again.
Anyway, Rebecca likes your husband. If you feel bad that you got married before the beautiful Rebecca, divorce him quickly and give him to Rebecca. Rebecca says she'll forgive you if you give your husband and the house to her within a month. You, the ugly big sister, should give them to your pretty little sister.
You're so rude.
Huh?
I'm not giving my husband to Rebecca. He's not a thing. Tell Rebecca to give up my husband and find someone else.
Anna, don't be selfish.
Selfish? I'm selfish.
You're being selfish no matter how you look at it. It's the role of an ugly big sister to fulfill her pretty little sister's wishes. I always thought you were never meant to be born and that you were an obstacle. But maybe this is what you were born for? Stop messing around and do your job. Your husband would rather have a pretty girl than an ugly one.
You're not making any sense. I just sent my husband a screenshot of your texts.
Oh, really? He's saying that he's dumping the ugly wife to be with Rebecca, isn't he?
He says he doesn't want to.
What? Well, he can only say that for now. If he meets Rebecca in person, I'm sure he'll fall in love with her at first sight. I'll set him up on a date with Rebecca, so tell him to give me his contact information.
He says he doesn't want to do that either.
What?
You know what? He knows that I've lived my whole life being abused by my mother and my sister. You guys have been hurting me since I was a little girl, calling me ugly and slowpoke. He hates you even more than I do.
Huh? It's only natural that my love and affection go out to my sweet Rebecca. First of all, the reason you get hurt when people call you ugly and slowpoke is because you really are ugly and slowpoke, aren't you? If you're as perfect and beautiful as Rebecca is, any kind of slander you receive will be nothing more than a form of jealousy. If you're shocked, that means you're ugly and slowpoke. What's wrong with calling ugly people ugly? I'm just telling the truth. Don't play the victim with me.
Yeah, you're right. You guys have been saying that for a long time. You've been undermining me ever since my beloved father died. You've been spending the inheritance my father left me, and neither you nor Rebecca are working at all. Now you're going to rip off my husband, aren't you? Did my father's inheritance already run out? It's a shame that you have to rely on me, the ugly and slowpoke person, to get money. But, well, my husband doesn't like Rebecca. So I hope you won't get involved anymore.
Oh dear, I'm not going to get anywhere talking to you. I have no choice but to come over tomorrow with Rebecca.
What? You're coming?
I'm going to ask your husband to take a shine to Rebecca. Rebecca is so cute. I bet he'll fall in love with her at first sight. He's been looking at your ugly face for so long, his eyes might be getting rotten. But I'm sure Rebecca's beauty will heal them.
Your words don't make sense. Well, my husband and I are both at work, so we won't be here.
You just need to take some time off.
Don't make it sound so easy. It's a big mistake to think that everything will go your way.
Your husband is the president of the company, so he can be flexible with his time off. Anyway, you should definitely be home tomorrow. Also, it would be better to proceed with the divorce right away. If you're not home, why don't you have your husband open the letter and write the divorce papers first?
Don't just push things from one side. Besides, my husband is not the president.
Quit being selfish. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's enough.
Hey, Anna. What are you waiting for? Come pick us up. We're at your house and you haven't come out for ages. Don't tell me you're not home. Rebecca's looking forward to seeing her new husband.
Wow, you're really here. I told you I'm working.
I told you to be home. Don't you feel bad for Rebecca?
Not at all.
What?
We've never been getting along to begin with, so why would I feel sorry for her? I think we're as good as cut off from each other. I don't want to see you, and I don't want you to get involved in my life. I mean, can't you see that I'm usually not around when you barge in on a weekday afternoon like this? Well, I guess unemployed people like you and Rebecca don't understand. You completely lack understanding of others' inconvenience, don't you? I'm sure you're parking the car sideways in front of our house now, blocking the way, aren't you? Can you please leave now?
What a rude daughter.
I refuse to be your daughter. Oh, I'll take this as a good opportunity. I'll start calling you by your name, Madeline.
Fine. Well, I'll let you off the hook for today. But you're sorely mistaken if you think things will go your way.
Hey, sis. Stop being so mean to me just because you can't beat me with your ugly face. Why aren't you giving your husband to me? Rebecca, did you come with your mother? You're still at the front of our house, aren't you? Yes, I am. Why did an ugly woman like you get married before me? And why are you living in such a beautiful house with a big yard? And with such a handsome president who's rolling in dough? That house is mine. Hey, watch your mouth. Don't talk about my husband like that. Well, whatever. He's my husband now. Think about it. Instead of being married to an ugly woman like you, since I'm a pretty woman, your husband will be happier if he marries me, don't you think? If you really love your husband, why don't you think about his happiness and step aside? What are you saying? I don't understand. I guess you don't get it, you ugly asshole sister. Ugly assholes should act like one, you know. I came all the way here to marry your husband. Not only are you not divorced, you're not even home. Don't you dare treat me like an asshole. Rebecca, you've always wanted what's mine, and you always took things away from me. You've never given me anything back. So what? You, the ugly big sister, should be giving your pretty little sister whatever she wants. What's yours is mine. That's the rule in the house. I've already moved out of my parents' house, so I won't follow that rule. I don't care what you say. I'm not giving you my husband. Oh, right. Then I'll make sure you know your place. I'll make you regret your overbearing ways. Prepare yourself. Madeline, what the hell has happened to my front door in the yard? It was you and Rebecca, wasn't it?
What are you talking about?
The front door has been painted that reads, "Give me back my husband," and "The wife of this house is a predatory woman." And the flower beds in the garden have been raised.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea whatsoever. Don't tell me you're trying to pin this on me and Rebecca by making up your own story. Oh well, the envy of the ugly person goes this far, huh? It's disgusting.
It's no use playing dumb. We have security cameras installed in our house.
Camera?
Not only at the entrance, but also in the yard. I caught Madeline and Rebecca having fun and getting into trouble. Well, it's an ugly sight that makes you want to cover your eyes. It's enough as evidence, isn't it?
Oh, well, if that's the case, well, fine. Well, now you know, don't you? This is what happens when you make me and Rebecca angry. If you understand, then get off your ass and give your handsome husband to your sister.
Are you still saying that?
Of course. If you don't get a divorce, you'll get hurt. Maybe someone will attack you on the street at night.
That's a blackmail charge, says my husband.
Huh?
The front door and the flower beds are property damage charges.
Huh? I don't like it. You're starting to sound like a cop.
Yeah, my husband is a police officer. Is that okay with you?
What?
Nah, how can you be okay, right?
A police officer? Wait a minute. Your husband is not the president?
I never said anything like that.
I was deceived. You're the one guilty of fraud.
Can you please stop playing the victim? You're the one who made the mistake of thinking he's the president.
I thought you were rich because you live in such a big house. And it's an upscale residential area. How can a police officer live in such a big house?
You've been rambling on about how our house is so big, but it's actually not that special to me. My husband's colleague's house and my junior colleague's house are similar. The house where we lived with my father was like this too, remember? Oh, maybe because you're living in a shabby house now, my house, which is just a common average house, looks like a big house to you.
Shut up.
Hit the nail on the head, didn't I? You've used up my father's inheritance, haven't you? You moved to a shabby place and are living in poverty, right? So, you went snooping around and you found our house. You found out that I was married, so you tried to steal my husband and have him marry Rebecca to get money, huh? You're such a dirty person.
Just hurry up and divorce your husband. I don't care if he's not the president at this point. It's so sad that he's married to an ugly woman like you. Let him marry my sweet Rebecca ASAP.
I think it's more sad if my husband is going to marry a criminal, don't you think?
What? A criminal?
As I said before, we have proof from security cameras. I also took screenshots of the texts we're exchanging right now. My husband has already contacted the authorities, and they are going to move on it.
Move on it?
To arrest you, I suppose.
What?
Damn you, ugly! You sent the police to our house? I opened the front door thinking it was a delivery service. Why are you texting me? Why don't you get caught already? I'm hiding in my room. Mom got caught. I see. I guess Madeline didn't have time to tell you what she and I discussed earlier. What is it? My husband, whom you fell in love with at first sight, is a police officer. What? He's not the president? You thought so too? Because Mom said he was the president. I was fooled. And it's definitely Mom's fault that the police came, right? The police came because you and your mother did something wrong. I don't understand. I didn't do anything wrong. You and your mother spray-painted graffiti on my front door and vandalized my flower beds. That's considered property damage. Huh? I see. You committed a crime without realizing it. I'm sure your mother took you for a ride. I honestly didn't think you were this stupid. What? A crime? Wait, Am I going to be arrested? Am I going to be put in jail and sentenced to death? I don't know how serious the penalty is, but a crime is a crime. You shouldn't hide. You should get out of there. Do you want the penalty to be more serious? Well... You're an adult. You should take responsibility for your actions. Ignorance is not an excuse. Now, if you'll excuse me. After that, Madeline and Rebecca were taken away by the police. They were arrested on suspicion of damage to property. As I thought, they had spent all my father's inheritance, and they had the intention of having my husband marry Rebecca and turning him into an ATM. But this plan was thwarted, so after Madeline and Rebecca were released, they had to live in poverty. Madeline, who had been a housewife for many years, and Rebecca, who had never even had a part-time job, had to go out into the world and work with sweat equity. It seems that it's tough for them to become full-time employees because of their criminal record. Plus, the two have a personality disorder that made it difficult for them to do a decent part-time job, and they're constantly being fired. As a result, they're forced to live in extreme poverty. I, on the other hand, moved to another place with my husband, and I'm living peacefully. Last week we found out that I'm pregnant, and I will be going on maternity leave soon. I will make sure that our children will be well educated, so that they will not become a crazy person like Madeline and Rebecca.
Hey, Fugly. Don't you dare ignore me, you freak. Stop bothering me. What do you want? Ugh, you're so slow to reply. What are you, a sloth? I'm at work right now. Oh darn, you work on holidays too? That's depressing. Fugly and chained to work. Your life sounds so boring and sad, lol. Says you who never gets a regular job. You're pretty much off all year round, so don't act all superior just because it's a national holiday. Mom told me you got fired from your part-time job again. You're old enough to know better. Why don't you get a proper job? Working might help you get some common sense, you know. There's no need for that. I'm getting a permanent job soon. A permanent job? What are you talking about? I'm getting married. What? You're getting married? Darn right. My fiancé is the son of the CEO of a famous company, and he's so hot too. He's an heir to the family estate with over 10 million. You rarely find excellent men like him. What do you think? It's amazing, right? I guess so. He said he'd never seen a woman as beautiful as me before. He proposed to me right after we met. He said he'd leave his fiancée to marry me. Isn't that something? I'm really lucky to be born beautiful. As long as I have the luck, my life's smooth sailing. Men are so easy. I guess you ugly people will never understand, lol. You better work hard as a corporate slave for the rest of your life. It must be tough to be born with your appearance, lol. Whatever. I guess a guy who goes after a girl with nothing but looks isn't any good anyway. I feel sorry for his fiancée. It's just too tragic to be dumped for the sake of someone like you. Whoever she is, I feel for her. It's tragic for sure, lol. You know my fiancé though. I do? Who? A friend? Jonathan? Your fiancé, lol? Huh? What are you talking about? He's marrying you. Then the fiancé is going to be dumped. It's you! Surprise, surprise, lol. It's hilarious that you called your life tragic. No way. You're full of crap. He would never do such a thing. I know you don't want to believe me, but it's true. Here's a photo of us from the other day. FYI, it's not photoshopped. Indeed, it's him. I can't believe it. How? I'm the one who wants to know. How did a fugly manage to get such a nice guy in the first place? It's a miracle that you even got engaged. But too bad. You lost him to me so easily, lol. You worked so hard to get him. Well, I'm sure it would have happened sooner or later. No matter how good you're at your job, a fugly woman loses in the end. He says you're too unattractive and he can't see you as a woman, lol. Did he really say that? He can't see me as a woman. Sure he did. Moreover, he said it's impossible as a human being. He said it'll be hell to be married to a monster like you. A monster? For the first time since going out with me, he's moved by discovering the beauty of a woman. He said it has been like he was walking around with a pig that could speak. He's happy to get married to prettier me than fugly you. I'm sorry for always stealing from you, lol. Well, I'm looking forward to the wedding. What kind of wedding will it be? How many people are you going to invite? Do you want me to help you send out the invitations? What's with you all of a sudden? Aren't you devastated? I stole your fiancé you were desperately clinging on to. If he hates me that much already, then I'm done. I gladly give him to you. Aren't you lucky that you got my second hand? Lol. What? Your second hand? My ex-fiancé. So he's my hand-me-down to you, right? That's great. You can't even get a good guy unless you take him from me, lol. You're getting cocky for a fugly. So who's overjoyed to get the fugly's second hand then? You usually only get losers coming after your looks. I'm handing you down to a decent guy, so you should be more grateful. Well, he turns out to be a jerk who cheats on his fiancée though. You guys are perfect for each other, don't you think? I'll laugh from the top of my lungs at the wedding. You should look forward to it. You can pretend to be tough for now. You're not invited anyway. We don't want you to ruin it with your sickening jealousy and harassment. And besides, it'd be a disaster if some fugly monster comes to our magnificent wedding. Oh well, whatever. But are you sure you can have a wedding? His parents are both very strict. I have a feeling that they probably won't allow you to marry him. Are you crazy? Of course we can. It's just that you and I will switch places, and nothing else will change. On the contrary, if his bride becomes beautiful, no doubt that they'll be happy. I'll be more welcome than a fugly like you. I hope so. Well, it no longer concerns me. Then I'll just file for compensation. The engagement is off now. I'm a little busy at work now, so I won't be able to file the claim until later. Suit yourself. I hope you find a man within your league next time. Well, I'm busy getting ready for the wedding. Whatever you say. I wish you all the best. Eleanor, where the heck are you? I thought you broke off your engagement. Aunt Answer me now. You better not ignore me. What's up? I'm kind of busy right now. Isn't your wedding today? It's starting soon, right? Are you sure you have the time to chat with me? It is my wedding, but that's not the point. Jonathan's parents came yelling into my preparation room. They suddenly started saying that the wedding was cancelled. They weren't aware that you called off your engagement or that I took your place. They screamed that they didn't approve of this marriage and sent the guests home. It's a disaster. Didn't you tell them you cancelled the engagement? Oops, sorry. My work was hectic, so I told them about it just a few minutes ago. Lol. What the heck? Just a few minutes ago? You've got to be kidding me. You know, I was so shocked that I couldn't think straight for a while after the sudden cancellation of my engagement. I knew I had to call them, but then I put it on the back burner and forgot about it. My bad. This is unacceptable. You're an idiot. How could you forget about such an important thing? I couldn't help it. I was heartbroken, you know. I did tell them as soon as I remembered. I said that Jonathan's switching his bride from me to you. So we're not getting married anymore. I also mentioned that you never had a regular job and have been financially dependent on your parents. You're the kind of person who not only steals my things, but takes my fiancé as well. You're as such, but I asked them to please take care of you. That's just bad-mouthing! Why the heck did you have to say those things? I don't understand why you're angry. I didn't badmouth, but just told the truth. Wait, you had a sense of doing something wrong? I'm so impressed that even you could have sensible thoughts. Shut up! Jonathan and his parents are talking outside the room right now. I can hear the word disinheritance thrown around. They're yelling at each other, and I don't know what's going on. You dropped out of high school, right? Disinheritance is kind of like disown. Simply put, it means to remove Jonathan as the official heir. He won't be the CEO. No way! Why won't he be the CEO? Can they get away with such tyrannical action? Of course. They can't entrust an important position to a dishonest person who cheats on his fiancée with her sister and switches his bride. They adored me because I was successful in my career. Oh, so he's probably going to be demoted from a board member to an ordinary employee. Or maybe he'll be fired. That's tough, but having a dishonest person in a top position lowers the company's reputation. So, oh well. He has a bright younger brother and sister. They have no shortage of the successor. I can't accept that. There's nothing attractive about him if he doesn't become the CEO. You need to come to the wedding. Convince them so that he can keep his position. And about my marriage too. You should have explained everything to them sooner in the first place. Come quickly, right now. You take responsibility. No, I can't. I'm taking a special vacation to go abroad. To heal my broken heart, you know. I've already checked in for my flight. I'm looking forward to Italy. Italy? That's where we're supposed to go for our honeymoon. I know, because I was supposed to go there with him too. But since my marriage didn't happen, I'm going alone. I wasn't invited to the wedding in the first place, so I can't come to you. I can't wait to go shopping. I won't buy you any gifts though, lol. Hold on. Are you going to leave me like this? Do something about it. None of my business. Oh, it's time to board the plane. I have to put my phone on airplane mode. Good luck. I blocked her number right away. I received desperate messages from Jonathan saying he was sorry and wanted to start over. I replied to him that a pig can't go out with a human being and that I would ask for compensation when I returned home. I also blocked him after that. When I got back, his parents came to apologize to me. They promised to give me all of Jonathan's trust fund as compensation. He was demoted from a board member to an ordinary employee and sent to a subsidiary company. My parents completely gave up on Ava and cut ties with her. Without telling her, they sold their home and moved to the countryside. Ava lost a place to live and their financial support and was forced to work on the streets in the end. Hey Bob, what time are you coming home today? I mean, where are you?
Huh? Janet? What the hell? I'm having a good time having a drink and you're calling me. That really sucks.
What? What's with that tone? Okay, so you're having a drink, huh? Who are you with?
Just some guy from work.
What time will you be back?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what I don't know. It means it depends on my mood. I'm getting really tired because you are calling me. I'm not going home today.
Are you staying out again? You've been out every day this week.
So what? I'm tired from work. I don't want to be with a wife like you, nagging me in my private time. You can see why I don't want to go home, right?
I work too. It's fine, go out for a drink, but at least call or text me about it. I'm making dinner and waiting for you to come home.
I didn't ask you to wait for me. You're doing it on your own. I mean, I've been staying out every day. You can guess I'm going to stay out again today. Why do I have to let you know that you can already guess?
That's not what I meant. It's just that this time my guess just happened to be right, but it might not be. I'm worried if you had an accident or something. Anyway, please call me. Even just a minute call would make a big difference in how I feel.
Huh? I have to go out of my way to make you happy?
You're not calling me to make me happy. I'm just worried about you.
Okay. That kind of thing just annoys me. Anyway, I'm staying out tonight as you expected. Okay, that's all I have to say. This is enough, right?
You know what? That's not all I'm saying.
Oh God, come on.
You took out my credit card.
What? What are you talking about? Credit card?
You don't think I noticed?
I thought I'd get away with it a little longer.
I get a credit card statement regularly. Even if you didn't get caught once, if you take it out 5 or 6 times and spend a lot of money, it's only natural that I would find out. When you stayed out this past Monday, you used my credit card to pay for your stay and you paid at the pub with my credit card. If you're going to talk about how tired you are from work, why don't you use the money you earn from your job to eat and drink? Why don't you at least pay for dinners with your colleagues with your own credit card?
Yeah, well, I'm your husband. It's great to have fun with your credit card.
Huh?
Oh, don't cancel your credit card. If you did that, I'll divorce you immediately.
Divorce? That's extreme.
You think so? But maybe it's more realistic than you think, huh?
Huh?
I know it's impossible for you to get a divorce from me because you're an employee of my father's company. Because you are my wife, Dad promoted you to section chief. If you make me angry and end up divorcing me, my dad would be furious and fire you. Unlike me, who is an executive at the company, your salary is tiny. You don't even have much money saved up. You're an assistant manager because of me, and if I divorced you and you got fired, you won't be able to survive on your own.
You keep bringing that up. And if you say you make more money than me, you should spend your own money. You're the son of a CEO and a board member, and you're using your wife's credit card without her permission? You're not ashamed of it?
I'm not ashamed of it. My wife's property is also my property. You should be thankful that I'm using it.
Huh?
I'm a corporate executive and I'm using your money to entertain our important clients. You're only doing a menial job. It's an honor for you to be able to pay for entertaining bigwigs.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. Whether you're a board member, I'm a section chief, or we are a married couple, that doesn't mean you can use my credit card without my permission.
You're a real loudmouth, aren't you? That's why you'll never get ahead. And I don't want to go home either. Okay, my companion needs me. I've got to go.
Oh, hey! Hey, you! Are you planning on never coming home? When I came home, your clothes and personal belongings were gone.
Huh? Why would I do that? I own that house. You're the one who's leaving. Well, I don't think you've got the balls to leave.
Then why were they gone?
I'm going on an overseas trip tomorrow.
Huh?
I'm going to enjoy sightseeing with my friends from college for about 2 weeks.
Don't tell me you're going to use my credit card for your travel.
Of course I am.
Hey!
Let me tell you one more time just in case. If you cancel your credit card, I'm divorcing you. I'm going to tell my dad and I'm going to get you fired.
Don't bring it up. If you keep talking about it, I have an idea too.
Oh wow, what kind of idea is that? You're an assistant manager because of me and my dad. You seem to think you're a big shot now that you're married to me, the boss's son. Do you think you have the right to interfere in the company's affairs?
You don't seem to take me seriously.
Of course I don't. I'm going on a trip with your credit card.
You've got to be kidding me. Give me back my credit card as soon as possible. You can't use someone else's credit card in the first place. Are you even aware that you are misusing my credit card?
What a pain in the ass. Your credit card is mine too. It's going to be okay as long as you keep your mouth shut. You're really pissing me off with you being fussy. I've made up my mind. If you make a fuss about your credit card, I'll not only divorce you and fire you, but I'll spread rumors about you and make it socially impossible for you to ever get back on your feet again. I'll make sure that you'll never be able to find a new job again and you'll have no choice but to die. You're an incompetent bitch by nature. Don't forget that you have a job thanks to me and my father.
How can you be so unreasonable? Don't you think you are miserable?
You're the one who's miserable. You don't want me to divorce you, but you're howling like a loser who won't be listened to. It's so funny.
If
you have a problem with me, why don't you just cancel your card? I don't think you have the guts to do that. It's nice to travel with friends from college who know each other well. It's so refreshing to see the beautiful scenery of a foreign country. Happy to forget about my nagging wife. I don't have to think about money when I go shopping.
Friends from college? You mean the one you cheated on your wife with?
Huh?
I saw my credit card statement. You're cheating on me. I saw a credit card bill with a fancy hotel.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. You've been staying at a regular hotel and a fancy hotel alternatively since last week. You must have been going to the regular hotels with your girlfriend. You lied about going out for drinks with the bigwigs. You're traveling with your affair partner this time too, right? You leave such clear evidence. How much more do you have to screw me over?
I guess I'm busted. Well, I don't care if you found out.
Are you going to ask your father to fire me and divorce me?
That's right. You can't divorce me anyway. I'm still going to go out with the person I cheated on you with. And I'll do whatever I want with this credit card.
I've already cancelled it. Are you okay with that?
What? You still don't get it, do you? If you do that, I'll divorce you. Are you listening to me?
I told you, I already cancelled it. I had deactivated the card before I texted you. You can't use that card anymore.
What? What did you say? Activate it now, or else I'll divorce you.
You can divorce me, so I've cancelled.
Huh? You've got to be kidding me. I'm going to tell my dad and get you fired. I'm going to stigmatize you so bad that you'll never be able to return to society again.
You're the one who's going to get fired.
Huh?
Let me get this straight. The president has decided to remove you from the board of directors and cut off ties with you. Therefore, you are out of a job starting today.
What? What? I'm off the board? Why?
Because you were having an affair. You were running up so much debt that your credit cards were stopped and you were being chased by debt collectors. And I heard that you spent almost all of that money on women.
How did you know that?
Debt collectors came to our house and your parents' house. And we caught you with a woman on the hotel security cameras. I knew something was wrong because you're a rich guy, but you wouldn't use your own credit card. Then I saw that your own credit card has been stopped. I was so amused.
My dad.
Of course he knows. Not only your father, but all the board members and socialites. They all know that you're going to be disowned as an unfaithful son. You were boasting about being the president's son and a board member, but you didn't do any work at all. You were fooling around in the daytime and spending a lot of money on women. He said that all the board members agreed to expel such a drifter from the board. Even your father.
Oh no, I'm the boss's son. If anyone should be fired, it's you. You've got to be a section chief thanks to me and my father. You're essentially an incompetent woman. You're a worthless piece of shit even as a regular employee.
What's that? Are you talking about yourself?
Huh?
You only became an executive thanks to your father. You'd be a worthless bum even as a regular employee if it weren't for your parents' support.
I'm not like that. You're the scum.
I guess the boss doesn't share your opinion. He chose to keep me at the company and fire you. So you're out of a job from today. Your father cut ties with you and I'm divorcing you. And of course I'm going to charge you and your girlfriend an alimony.
Alimony?
You committed adultery. Of course. Like I said, I have proof of the affair. With a little digging, I can find out the name of the person you're having an affair with.
Are you really a human? You know I'm in debt and they want my credit cards. And on top of that, you're demanding alimony from me even though I got fired? You're so heartless.
Huh, you were cheating and misusing credit cards. I can't believe you're saying that. The end of the world. Oh man. Oh, and I'll get you to pay me back for what you spent on my credit card.
Are you gonna do that too?
Of course. If you don't have the money now, I won't ask for it all at once. If you don't pay back the credit card debt first, the debt collectors might try to kill you.
Huh? Killing me? You're overreacting. I'm the president's son. They can't kill me.
Didn't I tell you? Your father cut ties with you. You're not the president's son anymore. You're just an unemployed man in debt.
Oh no, I can't believe I'm in that miserable position.
You can pay me in installments, but I'll make sure you pay me back in full. Of course, you'll have to pay me with your own money. You're not going to work for your father's company and get paid for doing nothing. You should pay me with the money you earned.
Janet?
What?
I'm breaking up with my affair partner.
Huh?
I'll stop traveling today. I won't divorce you. We can be together, okay? So I just want you to pay for the hotel I'm staying at. Otherwise, I can't go home.
You've been verbally abusive to me all this time, and you've done whatever you wanted. Now you're like this when you're in a pinch.
What?
You can't change your attitude abruptly. You are insane.
Janet?
I'm telling you, our divorce is already final.
Huh?
You know those divorce papers you slammed down on me when you were drunk? I filed those at the city office last night.
No way.
Before I called you, I had finished everything. Hotel charges? I don't give a shit. Why don't you ask the girl you're having an affair with to pay for it? Ha ha ha.
I can't do that. Because I'm the boss's son and I'm rich, so I told her to let me take care of everything.
You're going to break up with her and you still worry about how you look?
Well, it's not that.
Well, it's none of my business what happens to you and your fling in the future. If she finds out who you are and that you've been fired, she'll probably dump you in a minute. Oh, and I told the debt collectors about your flight home. Don't worry, they'll pick you up at the airport.
Huh? Are you serious?
Even if you don't get caught at the airport, you don't have a home to go back to. The house we used to live in is going to be foreclosed soon as a part of the debt. I've already moved out, so don't worry about me. I'll get my lawyer to talk to you from now on. See you later.
Wait a minute, Janet. Don't be so cold. We're a married couple, right? You have to help me. Janet?
Bob was relying on my credit card to stay in a suite at a luxury hotel, and he was so panicked when my credit card was cancelled that he ended up paying for it with his girlfriend's card. He managed to cover it up at the time, but when he returned to the US, he met all the debt collectors at the airport. There, the cheating partner found out about everything and dumped him. I demanded him and his girlfriend a refund of the unauthorized use of my credit card and a compensation. The cheating partner paid in a lump sum, but Bob paid in installments. As expected, he is being chased by the credit card debt in his name and other debts. The house that Bob and I lived in has been foreclosed on, and Bob has been disowned by his parents. He has moved into a rundown apartment and is working part-time jobs from morning to night. He was a company executive, but he did nothing. He has no office work or customer service skills, and that it seems a long way to become a full-time employee. I am still working for Bob's father's company. I was worried that this would make me feel uncomfortable, but my colleagues, the president, the board members, etc. all sympathize with me, and they appreciate my ability to do my job. I will continue to work here and return the favor.
Hi there, Rachel. I have a favor to ask you right away. Hello, Yasmin. The answer is no if you're asking me to throw a party. What? I haven't said anything yet. No matter how many times you ask me, my answer will never change. So I'm just trying to be reasonable. That's cold. That's why other moms don't like you. Rachel, do you know what they call you among your mom friends? Nope. The Ice Queen. Huh, okay. If you don't like it, you should be nice to me. I don't care what they say. Huh? It's not like I'm a good friend with people around you. I don't care what they call me. I heard you invite other moms to your house and have a tea on the wooden deck. That's not my friends. They're my sister and cousin. Huh? My sister and cousin have kids the same age as mine, so the three of us just get together and talk. You're inviting someone. It's the same thing. I think there's a big difference between family members and friends. What? Just because you have a house with a big backyard, it doesn't mean you're great. Can I go now? I'm still at work. Bye. I'll definitely do something in that lovely backyard. Hi, Rachel. Your backyard? No, you can't. What a pity. But you know what? I just found out something. What? You work for the same company as my husband. Oh, really? Is that so? Considering your ages, my husband definitely has a higher position in the company. In other words, he's your boss. If you don't listen to me, you could be in serious trouble, okay? So, I'll definitely throw a party in your backyard. What's that? I'm not going to listen to my boss's wife. We all know the line between work and private. What? I don't even know which department your husband is in, but I don't think you should say anything crazy. That's funny. Are you sure you will be okay? You'd better listen to what I said before you cry about it later. You will be in big trouble. Let me repeat this. This is your boss's wife's order. It would be best if you let me use your backyard. This is an order. Rachel, You haven't been home since last night, have you? I asked around the neighborhood and found out you had business at your husband's parents' house. I heard you guys are away for the whole day today. In other words, you're ready to take orders from your boss's wife. I just got some Wagyu steaks. I'll have a party in your backyard with all of my friends. I mean, we are already here. If you had let me do this while you were here, I would have given you a slice of Wagyu. Too bad you are not here. I'm going to grill up some fine meat. Rachel, you owe me $2,000 now. The Wagyu I brought wasn't enough, so I went to the local butcher and bought some extra food. I also ordered some sushi catering. Of course, it is authentic Japanese sushi. We also ordered pizzas and drinks and snacks. The total was about $2,000. Since this is your backyard, you should pay for all the expenses, right? The party is great. A big party in someone's yard is really the best. I gotta go now. What's this, Yasmin? Are you serious? A party at my house? Hi, Rachel. How did you even get into my backyard? I came in through the gate. I had to break the lock. It's your fault for locking the door after you said it was okay. I didn't say anything. I refused every time you asked. You know what? Don't make me repeat it. This is your boss's wife's order, and you cannot say no to me. You're crazy to think like that. Oh, it's almost time to call it a night. You have until tomorrow to pay me, okay? I won't. Also, please clean up after you get back. I'll leave the grill for you to clean. You know what? What? Do you know whose yard you just used? Huh? Of course I do. It's your place. Oh dear. I really didn't want to talk about work with my mom friends, but it can't be helped. What are you trying to pull? My place is your husband's boss's place. What? The boss? Your husband is a product manager, right? Yes, that's right. What do you mean? I'm actually your husband's boss. I'm the CEO. What? If you don't believe me, check our company website. You'll know it's true in one shot. What? What a lie! You are the CEO? I'll be heading back there tonight. What? I got a call from my neighbors. It seems you were having a huge party and causing trouble in the neighborhood. It looks like there was a lot of drinking going on. My garden is a mess, especially the flower beds. And the pond with the koi fish is littered with garbage. I hear it's been vandalized a lot. Rachel? Please don't tell my husband about this. Of course I will tell him. Wait! Then, can you pay for the damage? I heard you were a full-time housewife. I think it would be your husband who would have to pay for the damage. But... I will let you know how much the total amount will be as soon as I confirm the status of my backyard. Besides, it's about time. A police siren! I think our neighbor called it in. We were having a quiet party. Why is this suddenly happening? My neighbor came home about 2 hours ago. He said he just noticed something was not right. Then realized that I or my husband were not at the party. So he decided to contact me. He confirmed that someone was having a party without permission, so he reported it. You will likely be busy at the police station today. Well, I'll see you later. Rachel, are you asking $10,000 for the damage? Don't rip me off. And my husband found out everything. He wants a divorce. Do something. The only job I ever had was a part-time job in high school. I can't find a job to take care of myself. Rachel, please forgive me. That's too much money. I can't do it. My husband won't help me because he says I have to take care of it by myself. Rachel! Why don't you answer my call? I mean, you haven't even read my messages. I'm getting divorced. Please help me. I can't afford $10,000. Are you there? My backyard was in terrible shape. We had to re-landscape, and it cost us around $10,000. Later, Yasmin's husband visited me alone with a check. He wanted to apologize for the damage. He said that he would collect the money from Yasmin. Also, Yasmin's mom friends who attended the event are arguing about who should pay how much. But that is a matter between them, so I will just sit on the sidelines. And as for Yasmin, she shows no sign of remorse. Her husband has custody of their child because Yasmin is a bad influence on them. I received angry and abusive texts from Yasmin. I blocked her without replying.
Lisa, you've entered our side of the house again without permission, haven't you? Sure, it is a shared house, but there are 2 areas for 2 families, and we have promised each other privacy, haven't we? You are not allowed to go back and forth between the 2 areas at any time you want. And will you please return the dress you took from my room? Your dress? I didn't do anything with it. Anyway, it's not right for a wife to wear such a gorgeous wine red dress with fancy embroidery. A married woman should dress more modestly and neatly. Lisa, I haven't told you what kind of dress is missing. As you know, I work in the apparel industry and have a lot of clothes. I have dozens of dresses. But you accurately described that particular missing dress. It's like you're confessing that you took it. I think that's just a coincidence. Oh, wow. You have superpower or something? I should ask a mystery magazine for an interview. I have some friends in that area, and you like to stand out, don't you? Okay. I'll just give it back. Later. Thank you very much. It'll be great if you return it today. Today? Yes? I was going to wear it tomorrow to see a play with my friends. I didn't lend it to you to wear, and it doesn't fit in the first place. Well, I'm starting to doubt your words. Will you return it right now? All right. You're really a cocky woman. Emma, lately I've been thinking you need to quit your job. What? What are you talking about? I was surprised when I opened my phone during my lunch break. I have given a lot of thought about why you, a housewife, are so cocky. And I came to a conclusion. It is because you work in the apparel industry where people wear flashy clothes. A housewife should be dressed in a sweatshirt, jeans, and an apron. Aren't you a housewife too, Lisa? You have a lot of gorgeous clothes. It's fine with me because my two boys, Mike and Chris, they both have good taste in clothes and actually work in the apparel industry. It would be a disservice to them and the world if I, their mother, were not a fashion-conscious and attractive woman. See? That's why it's fine with me. So, you think their wives do not need to care about fashion? Yes, especially you. No need to dress fancy while training as a wife. Huh? Training as a wife? I'm going to train you to be a decent wife for a family. You are to sleep in our side of the house from tonight. Oh, in addition to that, submit your resignation to the company before you come home. Nonsense. Huh? I have to go to a client after lunch, so goodbye for now. How rude! Do you think you can talk like that to your mother-in-law? I plan to start your training tomorrow, but I've changed my mind. It starts today, so be prepared when you come home. Emma? I thought you didn't come home last night, but I saw your car. You must have come home very late, sneaking around and hiding to escape training. You're really pathetic. I'm coming over there right now. I told you yesterday that I was going to start training, Emma. Still, you have such nerves sleeping in as if it were a holiday. I was right to bring a bucket of water just in case. Splashing you in bed should have been enough of a lesson this time of year. Now that the bed is soaked, you can't go back to sleep. Oh, I know. I'll do this every morning. It's a perfect way to start a day of wife training. Don't you think so, Emma? Right, it's settled. I'll pour a bucket of water over your head to wake you up every morning. Huh? Lisa? All right now, get up and come to the kitchen on our side of the house. I didn't make it home last night because I was on a business trip. Huh? After yesterday's lying, I flew to a branch office in New York. So I'm at a hotel in New York right now. New York? On a business trip? Didn't I tell you? What are you talking about, Emma? Your car is in the garage. I didn't use it yesterday, so it must have been sitting there all day. Huh? But you always sleep on the waterbed in the room next to the living room, don't you? I thought you were there a while ago. Maybe that's Chris, isn't it? Huh? Chris? Both Mike and Chris are off today. Chris called me last night and said that he's coming to play a game with Mike and would stay the night. Huh? Also, he asked me if he could sleep on the waterbed. I said okay, no problem, since I'll be away from home. Huh? Then who did I pour water on? I strongly suggest that you go and find out immediately who you poured a bucket of water on. Oh no, it can't be! Emma, I can't believe you haven't come home yet when the family is going through such a hard time. You are the one causing trouble for Chris. Will you please stop blaming others when it's your fault? If you had quit your job and done the wife training, I would have been the one soaked with a bucket of water this morning. Is that what you think? That's right. That's what was supposed to happen. It was a wife training. You were supposed to take that. But you escaped and... Chris apologized to me over the phone. Huh? He said he's leaving the company because of that. What? What do you mean? How did accidentally pouring water on Chris lead to his resignation? Well, I guess it's just too uncomfortable to think that his own mother is abusing the CEO of his company. What? The CEO? If I were in his shoes, I would feel the same way. I don't understand, Emma. The CEO of the company? Who are you talking about? Well, I guess it's time to reveal it. I didn't tell you because Mike and Chris wanted me not to. Tell me what? I'm the CEO of the apparel company that Mike and Chris work for. What? Why did you keep such an important thing from me? Mike and Chris were worried that you might abuse me if you found out that your sons were working for your daughter-in-law who should be lower than them. So they suggested before the wedding that we wait and see for a while. But after all, without even knowing that, you forced me your ridiculous wife training and poured a bucket of water on me. Chris was very shocked to learn of his mother's foolish act. He felt so sorry about it for me and decided to leave the company. Oh no, he shouldn't! Of course, Chris is an excellent worker. So I convinced him to stay, saying it would be a big blow to the company if we lose him. Oh, did you? You did a good job! But he didn't think it was okay. It's so Chris, honest and sincere. Huh? Mike feels the same way. What do you mean by that? They are coming to your place tonight and share their thought with you and your husband, Jack. Then you will know what your sons are thinking. What? What is it all about? Well, I'll stay in New York tonight. Bye for now, Lisa. Emma! Please, please, please! Please stop them! Oh, it's about what you discussed last night, isn't it? Chris says he's leaving home and marrying his girlfriend to avoid me bullying his future wife. And Mike says he will stop living together at the end of this month. Naturally, that's the way it will be. On top of that, Jack says he's divorcing me. Yes, I've already heard about it. His decision surprised me too, but I wouldn't blame him. Why? Don't you understand? I don't understand. We've always been a happy family. Is that really so? Huh? I can't say much because I only know what I heard from Mike and Chris. But Lisa, have you ever wondered if you have done your part properly as a mother and a wife in your family? I've been always perfect. Well, seems like you didn't learn anything. What? Well, I think you wouldn't listen to me anymore, so I'll shut up. What? What is that? Who do you think you are? Answer me, Emma! I'm not gonna tell you because I think it's best for you to figure it out for yourself. What? I won't go to your place anymore because our living together will end soon. Wait a minute! I'll forgive and forget and let you free from the wife training. So just convince them to change their minds. I'll even try to get along with you from now on. We should keep living together. I think that's your problem, isn't it? What? I know it's a little early to say this, but thank you very much for everything. Emma, wait! Goodbye. After that, we put an end to sharing house without ever speaking to each other. According to Mike, Lisa is a bad example of a woman in a wealthy family who has been spoiled to become a terrible person. That's what he said. I couldn't help but feel sorry for him, thinking how difficult it must have been to have such a mother. A few weeks later, Lisa and Jack divorced. Lisa went back to her parents' house in the countryside, where people are old-fashioned and not very kind to an elderly woman returning from a divorce. Currently, she leads a very reserved life, being treated like trash by her brother, the head of the house, and his family. Chris married shortly after his parents divorced. Lisa learned of this after the wedding. Now, she's always crying in the corner of her room every day, making it even more annoying for those around her.
Missed call. Layla, pick up your phone. I really need to ask you something. Hi! Didn't I ask you not to call me? Don't be silly. Since you started working, you haven't come home at all. You don't even text me. Why have you been ignoring me? I didn't have anything to talk about. It's fun to talk with my friends, but not with you. Don't be so sassy. Anyway, what's up? Tell me what you want, quickly. Let me get straight to the point here. Are you getting married? Oh, where did you hear that? I heard it from your old classmate Judy's mom. I ran into her at the supermarket the other day, and she said, I heard Layla is getting married. Congratulations. It was absolutely shocking, sweetie. I was trying to keep it a secret. Damn it. Did you really not want me to find out? I'm your mother. It's ridiculous you didn't want your own mother to know that you are getting married. It's none of your business. I'm the one getting married. Who I tell is totally up to me. Why do I have to tell you when I don't want to? What's wrong with you? Why are you treating me like this? Don't you think it's a little bit odd that the parents don't know when their own child is getting married? Just to let you know, Dad knows all about it. No. Are you serious? Yeah. I texted him on the day my fiancé and I set the wedding date, and I asked him not to tell you. Why? Why wouldn't your father tell me any of this? I just told you. I asked him not to tell you because I don't want you to come to the wedding. You're not invited. Why is that? How come you don't want your own mother showing up? Don't give me this your own mother crap again. You're so annoying. I get to decide if you're my mother or not. Since I don't consider you my mother, you don't get invited. That's all there is to it. At this moment, I'm fine only having Dad there. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's it. I don't want any gifts from you. I'd rather you not even think about my big day. See ya. Layla, wait. Missed call. Layla? A few days later. Layla, can we talk about your wedding, please? Now what? Didn't I tell you not to get involved? What part of our conversation didn't you get? I've been thinking about it a lot since then. I know you don't love me, but I love you. You're my daughter. This is all so upsetting, not being invited to your wedding. So what? Are you asking me to invite you? Yes. I want to be there as a mother, to spend the happy occasion with you and meet your husband and his parents too. You don't need to do that. First of all, you and Dad don't get along. Even Dad can't stand hanging out with you. Unfortunately, that's true. But for your big day, at least we can pretend to be a nice couple. We won't embarrass you, I promise. You say that, but Dad said you don't have to invite Mom if you don't want to. What? He said that? Yeah, and I said okay.
I'd much rather have Dad there than you anyway. You've always been more like a housekeeper than a mother to me.
Housekeeper? I am your mother. How can you say that?
I'm not looking for any special attention from you. I'm thankful you had me, but that's it. I especially hate it when you interfere in my private life.
Interfere? I've been worried about you living alone. What's wrong with that?
You've been sending me annoying texts every week. The only thing I like about you is that you send me money every once in a while. Haha. Not even Dad can deal with all of your anxiety issues. Did you know that?
I know he doesn't love me in that way anymore, but your father and I decided to stay together until you got married. So please invite me to your wedding.
Stop it! Your persistence is annoying. It's really bothering me. I'm getting married, so now you can get divorced.
That's too cruel, Layla.
Can I go now? I've got things to do. I'll be happy as long as Dad shows up. Bye.
A few hours later.
Hey, Maria. I heard you've been texting Layla a lot recently.
Liam, why didn't you tell me about her wedding? I'm her mother.
There was nothing I could do about it. She asked me not to tell you. She doesn't want you there. What could I do?
I don't understand why she said that.
Well, she's the bride. She and her husband get to decide, right? It's best to respect her wishes. Why don't you just forget about it?
Why am I being treated like this?
Give me a break. Why don't you accept her decisions?
I'm trying hard to respect whatever she decides, but I want to be there as her mother. I raised her with lots of love, and I'm not invited? That's not fair.
Stop. Just stop. What can I do? It's her decision. I don't even want to be there as a couple. For all our sakes, please don't come.
Do you really know what you're saying? What the hell is wrong with you? How dare you even say something like that to me? I know neither of you love me. I'm not stupid, but I just want to see her happy on her wedding day.
Fine, all right.
Do you really understand how I feel? Can you talk to her for me?
Well, I know what you're saying, but there's one condition.
Condition? What is it?
I'll talk Layla into inviting you if you promise we'll get divorced before the wedding.
What? Divorce? Are you kidding me?
Maria, isn't it about time? Layla's getting married. Our parenting job is over. We should go on our separate paths now. We don't need to kid ourselves about being a couple anymore. I didn't see that coming. What kind of condition is that? Just to attend the ceremony? I can't believe this. What? You don't agree? If you don't accept this, you won't get invited. How simple is that? Oh, whatever. It's all up to you now. Fine. I will accept the condition. Let's get divorced. Please ask Layla to invite me. Okay, I will. Since we agree about the divorce, we are not going to hire a lawyer, right? We'll sign all the divorce papers and then file them in court. Let's get it done ASAP. Okay, fine. I'll let Layla know about this. Then, see you later. On the wedding day, missed call. Liam, what the hell is going on? Oh, Maria, what's your problem? What happened? Don't tell me you didn't notice. What is going on? Why is there a lady sitting on my seat? Oh, you actually showed up? I didn't think you'd come for real. You said I could attend, didn't you? Why is there a complete stranger in my spot? Please explain.
I guess I didn't introduce her to you. That's my new wife. Layla thinks she's great. You're not invited to our family events anymore.
You're such a jackass.
Oh, did you just call me a jackass? You have a lot of guts insulting your husband like that, huh?
Husband? What the hell are you talking about? We're divorced.
Oh yeah, that's right. Still, that's no reason to speak to me like that, just because you didn't get a seat. You're such a whiner.
Whiner? You wanted the divorce, remember? You not only didn't offer me a seat, but also had your new wife sit next to you. You've gone too far.
What can I say? Layla couldn't stand the thought of you coming. She said she'd rather invite her new mom than you. I respected her choice.
Her new mother? So you cheated on me when we were married, and Layla knew about it. On top of that, both of you hid it from me. Is that right?
Cheating? You and I didn't love each other anymore. It's none of your business who I had a relationship with. Our marriage life was over. You can't call me unfaithful.
But we were technically married. When we were married legally, you had another woman on the side. It's called cheating. Don't you know that?
Shut up. Get out of my sight. You don't belong here. Layla won't be happy to see you. It's her big day and you want to ruin it?
Fine. I get it. I'm leaving.
Excellent. You finally understand the situation. This place is not for you. Just leave. Bye.
I know I should leave. I'm so disappointed with you both. I wish you all the best with your new wife, and I hope Layla will have a nice wedding.
Thanks. We're done, Maria. Please don't call me. Bye.
30 minutes later.
Hi, Mom. So I hear you and Dad are divorced. I guess you're not my mother anymore.
What?
Oh my God, you sound so sulky. Is it really because you are not invited? You're old enough to deal with your emotions, are you not?
Is that all you wanted to say? As you wished. I left. Aren't you satisfied?
Oh, so you did leave. Oh, Dad, he's mean. He got you to leave, huh? We both came up with the idea, but he actually went through with it. Whoa.
I see. You guys came up with a plan to get rid of me. You really didn't want me to be there.
Yeah, I told you so. I no longer consider you my mother. You don't need to care about me any longer. My new mother is so nice to me, unlike you. You're no longer a part of my life anymore. Thank you for being our housekeeper for all those years. I'll be fine with my new family for sure, and I'm happy to have them here now on my special day.
I hope you'll have a nice wedding in the future.
What? Our ceremony is going to start now. You should worry more about yourself since you're all alone now.
You were my daughter. I didn't plan for this to happen, but I'm not a good liar. Sorry.
What's going on? I'm not following you.
I guess you didn't notice your mother-in-law-to-be is not there.
What? What do you mean?
What was your fiancé's name? Peter. It's Peter, right? His name is Peter Goldberg, isn't it?
Why do you know his name? I'm pretty sure I didn't tell you.
Believe me, it was a huge surprise to me too. When I got to the hall, I ran into a very close former colleague of mine. Guess what? She's going to be your mother-in-law.
Huh? Wait. Did you just say Peter's mom is your former colleague?
Yes. We used to work together. She quit her job a few years ago, but we kept in touch. She told me her son would marry sometime soon, but I never imagined her son to be your future husband.
No way! What are the odds?
Tell me about it. When I was about to leave, she saw me and I told her everything. She was horrified and said she'd walk out with me. What? Did she already leave? Yes, she's with me. We're having lunch at a nice cafe right now. I'm so happy to be spending time with her like this again. In a way, you made it happen. Thanks. Hold on. This is not good. Mom, please bring her back here. She's not going back. She said she would never accept you as a daughter-in-law. She's already texted her husband and son about how she feels about you. Huh? How could you do that to me? If my wedding is ruined, it's all your fault. Oh, well, it's not my problem. You deserve all of this, don't you think? It'll be good for the groom to know who you really are. That's not good at all. Wait, oh my God, Peter just texted me and wants to cancel the wedding. He and his dad are leaving now. Mom, are you listening to me? What should I do? Missed call. Hey, do something for me. Are you still there? Mom! After the call, Peter and his father left the hall, and the wedding was canceled. The whole story spread like a wildfire, and the guests were put off by it. All the guests went home without leaving their wedding gifts. As it was too late to cancel, Layla and her father had to pay for the entire wedding at the end. And I'm thinking about demanding alimony from my ex-husband.
Hey, what's the problem? Your master is calling you. Get your ass on the phone. You're a housewife. You should always be free. What the heck are you doing?
I'm sorry, honey. What's wrong? I'm preparing a meal now. So I couldn't respond right away. I'm sorry.
No excuses. Then listen to what I need you to do. I'm taking my employees home now. Prepare dinner for 4 more people. And get the drinks ready.
Now? I don't think I can make it for 4 people so suddenly. It's 6 p.m. and I just can't go out shopping at this time.
Just don't bitch about it and start getting ready. I'll be home within my men in 10 minutes. Don't serve them garbage, okay? You will need to do well. Otherwise, I'll be embarrassed.
Okay. Are your men allergic to anything?
No. Well, they'll be fine for the most part. And I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to let 2 of them stay overnight. Bring out the extra mattress for the guests, too.
Okay. I'll set it up in the next room.
When we are eating, you'll stay in the other room as long as possible. I'll call you when we run out of food. Only then come out.
Okay.
Well, that's all. Make sure you do it right.
Yes, sir. I guess everyone is still sleeping. I'll just prepare breakfast and go shopping. If you need anything, let me know. I'll get it for you.
Oh, what, Natalie? I just woke up.
Good morning. I heard you were drinking late last night. Are you all right?
Huh? Yeah, I think so. Did you clean up the mess?
Yes. I don't know what they usually have for breakfast. Sandwiches, rice bowl, salad, and miso soup. There are pickles as well. Please help yourself.
Okay, we will. Oh, by the way, one of my men complimented you yesterday. He said even though they came so suddenly, it's great that my wife can entertain them like this.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's normal to be able to do this. That guy is married, but he's using his wife the wrong way.
Using his wife?
Yes, because he is feeding his wife. The wife should be trained to do whatever her husband says. He has to train her from the beginning of the marriage.
Train? Like a pet?
A wife is like a pet. Husbands pay them to stay inside house. It costs more money than pet though.
I see.
Oh yeah, you go to my parents' house while you're shopping. My dad said he wanted to talk to you.
Yes. Okay.
I have a pretty good idea what it's about. It's about my mom, I guess.
Well, she's been in the hospital for a long time now. She's not doing so well.
It's just a waste of money. It would be better if she could just be gone. My dad's stubborn. He's trying to make her live longer.
She is his wife after all.
Oh, let me tell you something. Even if you become sick, I won't prolong your life or anything. There's no point in doing it. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on you. If you get sick, just get the hell out of here.
I understand.
Well, take care of my dad for me. We're going out after dinner.
Alright, have a safe trip.
I'm going home first. I'll take care of the rest.
What do you mean? You're leaving? Your relatives are still coming, right? But you're leaving?
Oh, right. But then, we have a lot of guests. I don't know where my mom met them, but she has so many visitors. I'm sick of it.
Your mother was a multi-talented woman, and she was very friendly with the neighbors. I thought it was inevitable that she had so many visitors.
So, it's none of my business. I drank until midnight last night and didn't get enough sleep. I'm tired, so I'm going home.
But...
Shut up! What's your problem? I'm tired, so I'm going home to bed. You can deal with the rest. I can't be bothered funerals. Why do I have to bow down to others for Mom? It's not something I should do.
It's true that many people you don't know will be there, but some of your relatives are there. It's your mother's funeral, so you, as her son, should be there too.
Huh? What a pain in the ass. You're the one who's supposed to take care of them. That's my wife's job. You shut up and say hello for me, understood?
Okay.
Hey, I talked to my dad today and we decided to live with him.
What? Live together? Where?
At my place, of course. Mom's stuff is all cleaned up. My dad's stuff is so small, he could fit in here. We have an extra room.
But...
What? You're my wife, and you're giving me an opinion?
No, it's not that. I just think it's too small room for your father.
Then, why don't you give him your room? Your room is the second biggest after mine. In the first place, you've been allowed to use the bigger room. I think it's only natural that you should give it up to my father.
That's right. But what about your parents' house?
Yeah, I've decided to sell it. There's no point in keeping that old house. If we dismantle the house and sell the land, we can make some money, right?
I see.
Yeah, or we could rent a new house. Maybe I'll do that.
What? A new house?
We've lived in this house for a long time. It's time to move on. Even my dad would prefer to live in a town he's familiar with. We could rent a house over there and move in.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that we should... You mean we move closer to your dad's house?
Yeah, that's right.
But that would change your commute quite a bit.
It's only 30 minutes, right? All you have to do is wake me up 30 minutes earlier. It won't make much difference.
But...
What the hell? You still have a problem with me?
I'm not complaining. Then we'll be far away from my parents' house.
So what? Your parents' house? I don't care about that. You've already married into my family. You're nothing to do with your family anymore.
What?
I've already talked to my father and decided if we're moving to a new place, we'll have to find a house first.
Wait a minute. I want this house.
Shut up. Don't tell me what to do. You're going to have to find a house first, and then you will pack up this house. The house will be a mess for a while. I'm going to stay at my parents' house.
What? You mean I'm going to do everything by myself?
That's right. I'm tired from work every day. I can't even handle the moving out. I mean, that's not what I'm supposed to do.
I see. Okay.
Why don't you pack my stuff too? Well, for now, I've got suits and dry cleaning shop nearby. I'll take care of that myself.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
Well, I'll be staying over there for a while. I'll need some clothes for that. And I'll need a razor and a toothbrush too. Look for them as soon as you can. We're selling the house over there too.
Okay.
Hey, you haven't found a new house yet?
I'm sorry. The rent is a little high for a place bigger than this.
That's not a problem.
But with the conditions you gave me, I can't find anything.
You're really useless. My dad and I are waiting for you. The house is a mess because there's no one to clean it. I even buy food for us every day.
Sorry.
That's right. You come to my parents' house tomorrow and make me dinner.
What?
Since I'm gone, except when you are packing up and look for a house. You're just free, right? Come over here and cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have time for that, right?
No, that would be difficult. I have quite a lot of luggage. I have to go look at houses, and it would take a while to get there.
Shut up. If I tell you to come, you'll come. You want us to eat outside food all the time and get sick?
That's,
Then you're coming over here tomorrow, and you're going to clean up. It's a woman's job to take care of the house. You understand. You don't have time to complain.
Understood.
Hey, that's enough. You didn't even come to make me dinner yesterday. How long are you going to make me wait?
I'm sorry.
You're always like that. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You don't feel bad for apologizing with your mouth, do you?
I'm sorry.
Don't just apologize with your mouth. Get moving. You're such a slow learner. Can't you even process the move properly?
I was finishing the paperwork for the house.
What? If you've done it, just tell me. You piece of shit. So, where's the place? What's the rent? And the layout?
The rent is $400 and the layout is 1 bedroom.
What? Of course we can't have 1 bedroom apartment for the 3 of us, can we? What kind of nonsense are you talking?
This house is not for the 3 of us. It's a house for just me. I think 1 bedroom will be enough.
What? You alone? What are you talking about?
So please get along with your father and live in that dump. I'll live alone.
Huh? You? Come on. What kind of a joke are you talking? You're trying to disobey me even though you were my wife?
I'm not your wife anymore.
What?
I just submitted divorce papers, so I'm not your wife anymore.
What are you talking about? There's no way you can do that. I never allowed you to do that.
Yes, you can. You say divorce every time you got mad. You kept forcing your signed divorce papers on me. You've been forcing your signed divorce papers on me over and over again.
Huh? Then what is it?
I kept them every time you forced them on me, thinking I'd bring it out in case of emergency. Good. I've been saving it for a while now.
You've been doing that behind my back.
Yes, I did. I was surprised myself. There were a total of 6 divorce papers that you gave me.
Oh, you. So you really divorced? You said we're not married anymore?
Yes, there was nothing wrong with the divorce papers. I submitted it quickly to the city hall and it was accepted. So the divorce was finalized without any problems.
Wait a minute. Then the house you've been living in?
Oh, you can keep that. I've moved all my stuff out. Oh, I'll take the appliances too. Most of the appliances are gifts from my parents anyway.
Oh, hey.
You can live at your parents' house or wherever you want. Well, as long as you guys can live there.
You're my wife. You think you can get away with this for free?
How long are you going to keep calling me wife? I'm divorced, so I'm not your wife anymore. I mean, please let me go after doing this. I've taken care of you all this time.
I'm the one who took care of you. A simple woman like you who can only do housework.
Well, what a coincidence. I thought of you as an arrogant man too, who could only do one thing.
Huh? You are telling me I'm nothing but being an arrogant man? Don't be silly. Who do you think you owe your livelihood to?
Certainly, it's thanks to you. You had worked every day, and if I listened to you moderately, I was able to make a decent living. I was also able to find time to work.
Huh? You worked? You? You were working without telling me?
Yes, I did. I've been trying to make my living meet after the divorce.
Doing whatever you want without telling me. You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not screwing around. I'm glad you went over there before I moved in with you. I had plenty of time to pack my bags, and I could take my time house hunting.
Screw you. The divorce is null and valid. I didn't approve it.
But you wrote the divorce papers yourself. It can't be invalid now. Do you think it's easy to invalidate a divorce decree that was written by you and accepted by court?
If I say it's invalid, it's invalid. Go to the city hall right now and withdraw it.
I refuse. I can't live with you anymore.
Why not? I've given you a good enough life.
I can't live with someone who doesn't see me as a human being. It's just hell. Am I your housekeeper? Or am I a slave? Or a pet?
I didn't say that.
You did say that. You said it costs more money than having a pet. If you don't remember, go back to see the message.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Well, it doesn't matter now. Pets, livestock, slaves, whatever you want to call it. You let that person you look down on run away from you. You're a scab who can't even manage a pet.
Who's a piece of shit? That's enough.
I wonder how you can be so arrogant. What are you better at? What can you do better than others?
Huh?
Height, average. Weight, heavy. Face, uncle. Job, average employee. Parents, scum. And he himself is a bum who pretends to be her husband.
Hey, whose parents are you calling scum?
Yours? Anyone else? Huh? Do you think your parents are good people? Lie. You're someone who can't look at things that objectively.
My parents treated you well, didn't they?
What are you talking about? They treated me well? Which part?
What?
When I go to my in-laws' house, they make me work so hard, I don't even have time to sit down. My father-in-law makes a lot of noise when he eats. He has no sense of delicacy. The vegetables he gives away are always on the verge of rotting. My neighbors say I'm a failure who can't have children. She calls me out only when it is convenient for them and makes me to do housework and cleaning.
That's what a wife is supposed to do, right?
What kind of countryside story are you talking about? Is it just your house which can't keep up with the era?
What?
Nowadays, it's not normal to make wife do shit. Well, I'm sure the neighbors understand. They all said to me, "How did you put up with it?"
Huh? Why?
They all knew I was being bullied. They were always comforting me. Not only my neighbors, but also my relatives.
What?
I told them I was getting a divorce. They all said congratulations.
Huh? What is this, all of you?
They all seem to understand how shitty you are. Now that it's going to be the two of you, I don't think you'll be able to do the housework. You may think of relying on your relatives, but you won't be able to do that either. I wanted to tell you first.
Why? If someone's in trouble, it's natural to help.
You're so full of shit. You really don't see what's going on around you. Well, you'll realize that from now on. Don't even think of asking me for help. We're strangers now.
Now, wait a minute. Let's talk about it. We can't live together in this house.
Well, why don't you go back to your home? Well, I took them with me, so there are no household appliances left. You won't be able to live here.
Then what do you want us to do? You want us not to be able to live?
What are you talking about? Even if we had appliances, you wouldn't use them. You can't use them in the first place. Well, you two can make it work, right? Two old men who have never even done their own laundry.
Huh? Wait a minute. Of course it's impossible. Hey, wait a minute.
According to the neighbors, the family's house became a mess in no time at all. And there was constant quarreling between my ex-husband and his father. The contract with the house we were living in has been expired. A friend at work told me that he eats and buys food every day, and his suits are wrinkled. And he told me his appearance was... he must have aged 5 years. I could have divorced him earlier, but I thought it would be more damaging to get divorced when we both are old. I pretended to listen to him. I kept putting up with it for the sake of my own pocketbook. I rented a house near my parents' house, and my parents are old enough to support them. I would like to challenge myself to do something I have not been able to do before.
Shelley, how have you been? It's me.
Oh, hi, Mom. I knew you'd message me.
Oh dear, you were waiting for my message. I know you, Shelley. A child always misses their mother, no matter how old they get.
Except for a mother like you.
Huh?
I heard you were at a pub where I went with my colleagues.
Yes, honey. I wanted to talk to you, so I followed you to the pub.
When I went to the restroom, you approached my colleagues and you carefully told them that you're my long-gone mom. I guess everybody believed you. I heard that you also got my number from them. And then you just left before I returned to the table. When my colleague told me what happened, I denied everything you said, and I confronted them for giving you my number without my permission. You said that you haven't been allowed to see your daughter ever since your husband cheated on you and took everything away. What kind of joke is that? You were the one who left me for a man and got divorced.
But honey, isn't it true that I am your long-gone mom? I haven't seen you in over 20 years.
If you can recognize the face that you haven't seen in over 20 years, you must have been sniffing around me for a while.
Sniffing around? How could you say like that? It's more like I was worrying about my own daughter for a while.
Wow, you sold our house to pay for the cost to elope. And you made my life miserable when I was 6 years old. Don't try to make it sound like you've never done that.
Oh, you knew about that too.
Yeah, someone told me.
Okay, whatever.
So, what do you want? Why were you sniffing around and tricking my colleagues to get my contact?
Oh, well, let me get straight to the point. I have a favor to ask.
A favor?
Yes, I heard you got married. And guess what? Your husband is a lawyer. I guess it's better than marrying a police officer.
It's none of your business who I got married to.
Well, if you're just an ordinary woman, there'll be no problem, but...
Huh? What are you trying to say?
Your father is a criminal, and you decided to marry a lawyer?
What?
Oh God, you didn't know? Well, I guess you were too young to remember. It happened when you were 5 years old. When I told him about the divorce, after he got caught involving embezzlement, you didn't even know the word embezzlement. So, I didn't want to waste my time explaining. I didn't say anything else after that. But the fact that your father is a criminal doesn't change. And now, look at you. You got married to a lawyer. Looks like you have deceived him.
What are you talking about?
Well, I can understand why you don't want to admit the truth. I didn't want to be a criminal's wife either. That's why I divorced your father.
Dad is a criminal? What are you talking about? The embezzlement case was cleared up.
Even if it's cleared up, it doesn't change the fact that he has a criminal record.
There's no criminal record.
Yeah, whatever. I know you want to think that way, but you can't turn your back on reality. I'm divorced, so I'm not married to a criminal anymore. But you're his daughter. So, I have good offer for you. If you don't want your husband to find out about it, give me a $5 million house.
A $5 million house?
Do you know the luxury residential area near the coast? There's a house for sale for $5 million. And it's my dream house. Please get it for me. If you did, I won't tell anyone that your father's criminal.
Why do I have to waste my money on that stupid offer?
What?
You should do some investigation first, before you came to me with the nonsense. Bye. Hey Ryan, do you have a minute?
Hey Shirley. Sure. I'm taking a break now. What's up?
There's something I want to talk about tonight, but I want to apologize first.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. But a crazy thing happened.
Crazy thing?
Well, actually, I got a call from my mother.
What? Your mom?
Yes.
Why? You haven't heard from her in years.
Yes, but she showed up at a pub where I was drinking with my colleagues.
What?
When I went to the restroom, she talked to my colleagues and told them some stupid lies to get my contact.
That's terrible.
And just now, I got a message from her. All her messages are crazy.
Really? Like what?
At first, she told me that my father is a criminal for committing embezzlement.
What? But I thought that the case was settled a long time ago.
That's what I said. My mother divorced and ran away from my father right in the middle of the embezzlement case. I think she didn't find out what happened after that.
I see. So, did she say anything to you?
That's the thing. She knows I married a lawyer.
What? About a marriage?
She demanded a $5 million house in exchange for not revealing about my father to you.
What the hell? That's crazy. That's totally blackmail.
I'm glad to hear that we have the same opinion.
And a $5 million house.
Yeah, she said the house is located in a luxury residential area near the coast.
That's one of the nicest places in town.
There's no reason for us to be threatened. But we can't just let it go, you know?
Of course. This is unacceptable.
I'm sorry, but can I leave the rest to you?
Sure. Let's talk about it again when I get back. But I can tell just from what I've heard that she's out of her mind. But I think we need to use full force of the law to get her off your back.
I appreciate your help, Ryan.
By the way, have you talked to your dad yet?
Not yet. He was working late with an overseas client, so he's sleeping now.
I see. Well, when he wakes up, you should tell him about the situation. I think I can be home by 7 or so. Let's talk about the plan with the three of us.
Sure. Thank you for your help.
Shirley, any update on the $5 million house?
I told you, it's a waste of money for a stupid offer.
Stupid offer? I'm serious, Shelley.
I mean, why the $5 million house? I think your demand is too specific.
I was thinking about the house for me and my boyfriend to live.
What? Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes. I keep dreaming about an elegant life with my boyfriend. The house would be perfect for us. Big yard, swimming pool, jacuzzi, and sauna. Oh, I'm so happy just thinking about it.
I'm not obligated to make your dreams come true.
Oh Lord, here we go again. If you don't want your husband to find out about your criminal father, give me a $5 million house. Your father is an ambassador.
That father is living with us now.
What?
Well, I'm glad you contacted me. My husband wants to talk to you. Just give me a minute.
Huh? Your husband? Hello, I'm Ryan, Sherry's husband. Please excuse me for messaging you using Sherry's account. You're Sherry's mother, right? Are you Sherry's husband? The lawyer? Yes, I'm a lawyer. Oh, really? I know what you're doing. It's still you, Shelly. Stop pretending to be your husband. Okay then. Can I get your contact info and send you a message from my account? Fine, but I know you're just making fun of me. Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? I'm Ryan, Sherry's husband. So, it was true. Normally, I wouldn't proceed with things through texts. But as Sherry's husband, who's well versed in the law, I'd like to talk to you. Oh, okay. What you did to Sherry is unforgivable to me. What are you saying? It's just a small favor from her precious mother. Just give me $5 million. This is not a favor, but a clear threat. You said give me a $5 million house. Well, I'll expose your father's criminal record. Dear, I don't know what Sherry told you, but it is a fact that her father is a criminal. He committed embezzlement. He's an ex-convict. You're wrong about that. No, I'm not. That's why I divorced him. I don't know what happened after that, but it doesn't change the fact that he has a criminal record. No, Sherry's father was innocent. In fact, he was the one trying to expose the embezzlement. Huh? He fell into the trap of the real culprit and was almost framed. The investigation proved that he wasn't guilty. What? It was my father told me this story. My father is also a lawyer who was in charge of defending Sherry's father at the time. I heard about all his efforts to prove that he wasn't guilty when I was engaged to Shelly. Is that true? Yes, it is. In short, your ex-husband did not get a criminal record, and he's now living with us. No way! Then the $5 million house... I don't think that's the only thing to worry about. Huh? About 20 years ago, you abandoned Sherry when she was still a little girl and ran away. And you sold off the land and house you inherited from your parents to finance your elopement with a man. Did you know that Sherry was raised in foster care until she graduated from high school? What? In foster care? She didn't meet her father again until she became an adult. What's even more unforgivable is that, after more than 20 years with no communication, you suddenly showed up with crazy demands. On top of that, you even tried to blackmail Shelly. But Shelly has suffered because of you. I love Shelly, and I respect her father, the man who is not a criminal. That's why I can't forgive you. You have no right to be involved in our family. I'm declaring to you now that I will take legal action. What? You have committed crimes such as threats and defamation. Do you understand that this is a serious crime? But, you don't even know where I am. I know where you are. What? I told you, I'm a lawyer. I have contacts at the credit bureau. You're in debt, and you're living with a toxic boyfriend. With this situation, you can't escape even if you wanted to. Am I right? We will have to file a claim for alimony and damages. Please don't. And I warn you not to go near Shelly ever again. Please be prepared.
Right after that, I took a big deep breath. Apparently, it was harder than I thought it would be. My mother and her toxic boyfriend panicked after she was actually sued and charged. But it seems that everything was my mother's plan along. The toxic boyfriend abandoned my mother and fled. saying he didn't know anything about what she did. After all that happened, my mother was convinced of a lot of other crimes. She got arrested and went to jail right after that. I know she will come out sooner or later. Thanks to my husband's support, he made sure that my mother will never show her face in front of me. I imagine my mother was entering her old age by the time she got out of jail. I have a feeling that she will not be able to find a peace until the end of her life. I'm living by myself after I moved out of my parents' house. The other day, I was planning to go back to my parents' house to clean the stuff that I left in my old room so that they could use the room for my nephew. Then I received an unbelievable message from my sister-in-law who lives with my parents.
Hey, Kelly, can we talk about your old room?
Hey, yeah, I heard that you wanted to use the room for Eric. I'm planning to go there soon, so I'll clean up my room then.
Oh, I just wanted to let you know that you don't need to do that.
But I have a lot of important stuff there, and I think I need to organize them by myself.
I got rid of them already, so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Huh? What do you mean?
It was just a lot of stuff, and I thought you can't bring all of them with you, you know? So I just threw all of them.
You threw away my stuff? But how did you get into my room without a key? I'm pretty sure that only my brother has that key.
When Jason was out, I had a spare key made.
Are you serious?
It'll be Eric's room anyway. Besides, you're already old enough for that stuff. I think it was better this way. I haven't touched the bookshelf because there were some books that I wanted to read too.
Oh, you didn't throw those away.
Yeah, but all the nerdy stuff you had, I think it was time to get rid of them, you know?
Faye, I just wanted to clear this out. What specific kind of stuff did you throw away in my room?
Like some kind of robot plastic model. I didn't know about that stuff because the room is usually locked. I was really surprised that you and Jason had the same hobby.
No, we don't. The stuff that you threw was my brother's.
What?
The only stuff that I left was my books and games on my bookshelf. I've never bought any plastic models.
Huh? What do you mean?
It's just my guess, but maybe after Eric learned how to walk, he temporarily put them in my room and made sure that Eric will not touch them.
Oh my! So it was really his stuff.
I think you should tell my brother about it right now.
He's in New York on a business trip right now, so I guess I'll tell him when he gets back.
I don't think it's a good idea to wait that long.
Even if I tell him sooner or later, it doesn't change the fact that I threw them away. Well, Jason is 30 years old. He was too old for the stuff, you know.
Here we go again. Well, good luck with that.
Whatever.
My brother and I have always been nerds, but my sister-in-law is not really into such things. I guess she doesn't understand the value of the stuff that she threw away. She still thinks it wasn't a big deal, and seems like she has no plan to tell my brother about it. So I messaged my brother first. And here's a conversation between my brother and his wife that I was shown later.
Hey, is it true that you threw away my plastic models?
Huh?
Kelly told you. Why?
Actually, I thought it was Kelly's.
Then, when I told her that I threw it away, she told me it was yours. Haha, there's nothing to laugh about.
Well, I think it was better this way, you know. You're too old for that stuff, and you need to say goodbye to your nerdy hobbies.
I told you I was working it.
Oh, really?
I had more than 200 plastic models before.
That many?
But after we got married, I gave them away or sold them. I only had 50 of them at one time. After when Eric was born, I only had 30 of them.
Wow, it must be so hard to get rid of them that many. Good job, honey.
The remaining 30 pieces I put in Kelly's room. I wanted to keep only 3 from them, and the rest was supposed to go to my friends. I can't believe you threw them away. What you gonna do about it?
What do you mean? It's all gone now. Just move on, honey. I mean, come on.
You're a father now. So, for goodness sake, stop it. I haven't bought anything since we got married. Oh, really? I'm still keeping my promise to you when we got engaged. Did you forget? Then what did I get? Nothing. I put all the money I earned from selling my stuff into a bank account. Huh? Well, it seems like you used it for buying your favorite branded bags and clothes. For me, I have an emotional attachment to the plastic models, just like the way you love your branded stuff. Hello? Your stuff is just garbage. But my bags and clothes, I use them almost every day. Instead of wasting money on the garbage, it's better this way. Oh yeah? You have no idea what I was going through when I gave up my stuff. Oh my gosh, stop being dramatic, honey. I can't take this anymore. Let's get a divorce. What? I'm not trying to force you to understand me. I don't understand anything. I just called your dad. He's gonna pick you up soon. So pack your stuff. Hey, what are you talking about all of a sudden? There's no way my dad would agree to this. For the stupid small fight over plastic garbage. Your dad told me the reason your parents divorced. Your mother threw away your father's precious collection without permission. He apologized to me on the phone, saying he understood how I felt. Oh no. Also, I'll get custody of Eric. What? Why? If I don't do this, even his precious things might be treated like trash in the future. I won't do that. I don't trust you. I've asked my parents to take care of Eric while I'm away on business. Just get the hell out of here. We'll talk about the rest through our lawyers. I can't bring back what's been thrown away. You're pathetic. Let's think more about the future, honey. How about let's get matching branded stuff together? Wouldn't that be a great new hobby for us?
My brother took 6 months to get a divorce because of his stubborn wife. The plastic model that was thrown away was reimbursed as much as possible though. His ex-wife is still not convinced, and she keeps complaining about what happened to people around her. She really is a type who never learns her lesson. My brother took custody of Eric in recognition of his child-rearing environment and financial resources. He's working on raising Eric with the help of my parents. After what happened, it made me realize that my partner's values should be valued in the same way.
Hugh, I can't believe you went to work without eating breakfast again. It's gonna be tough during the day. And aren't you gonna feel sick?
You know what? I've told you many times. I eat out because your cooking's bad. I'm gonna get sick if I eat such bad food.
Oh,
Damn it. You should learn from my mom's cooking skills.
I know your mother is a good cook. I used to cook for myself all the time before I got married. I even took cooking classes. I usually follow the recipe if it's my first time cooking. I don't think I'm as bad as you say I am.
That's a problem with the overconfidence of the bad cook.
You're so mean. You don't have to say that much.
Think of the stress when I'm forced to eat bad food.
I'm telling you, it's not that bad, you know.
Okay. Don't complain to me until you've satisfied my taste buds.
Give me a break.
Good evening, Nancy. Do you have time right now?
Good evening, Greta. Are you gonna talk about Hugh?
Yes, he texted me on my lunch break and said it was a weekend and he was going to my home to eat my food. He just had dinner and is taking a bath now. It's like he's going to stay until Monday morning. Did something happen?
Well,
I asked him about it, but he said nothing. But it's strange, right? If you have anything, feel free to tell me, okay? I'd like to make a proper judgment as to whether you or Hugh is the problem.
thank you. The thing is, Hugh suddenly started calling me a BC wife.
BC? Short for bad cook?
Yes,
Does that mean Hugh is saying your food isn't good?
yes.
I think your cooking is delicious without flattering.
Really?
Thank you very much.
You go to the cooking class and are studying about food, right? Of course your cooking must be good. I wonder what Hugh's thinking.
I don't know what he's thinking either.
Hey Nancy, I have a suggestion. If it comes to this, why don't we try to find out what he's thinking?
Try to find out?
We have to see what the airhead is thinking. You don't need to be patient about him calling you BC wife.
Airhead?
I'll visit you tomorrow and talk about the details then.
Sure, fine.
Hey Nancy, have you gotten over being a BC?
What? All you do is badmouth after coming home so late? Did you have dinner with your parents this weekend?
Yeah, I couldn't stand bad food, so I had to escape to Mom's place. Her food is delicious as always. I hope you learn to cook as much as Mom does. At least I can eat without leaving any leftovers.
It was that good, huh? What did Greta make?
Something that you, BC wife, could never make. Especially roast beef and gravy. The sandwich and mac and cheese for lunch were also delicious.
I see.
What's with the reaction?
Nothing.
Hey, don't get bent out of shape while putting your bad cooking on hold. You, twisted nature kid, are not in the position to say that. Such an airhead. What? Airhead? What the? Huh? No, wait, Mom? That's right. What? Why? Why are you here? I came here to check on you because you keep telling Nancy's cooking is bad. You need to straighten yourself up. Well, because it's really bad. Why can't I say it's bad when it's really bad? Really? Huh? What? Why are you glaring at me? I've heard that you said Nancy's cooking was good just right now, you know. Huh? When did I say that? Roast beef and gravy that you ate, and sandwich and mac and cheese for lunch. All of those were made by Nancy. I didn't touch a finger on it, or gave her any suggestions. Seriously? My point is, it's not about the taste, right? What I make tastes good. What Nancy makes is bad. That's how you made up your mind and kept saying to us, no, I mean, what's wrong with you? You should be the first one to praise your wife's cooking. Are you trying to one-up her? What a damn airhead. Apologize to Nancy right now. What? What? Don't get so worked up. You used to be called a bad cook by Dad, didn't you? I was just trying to be a dominant husband. I just followed Dad's example. What's wrong with that? You idiot! What the hell? I used to be a terrible cook, you know. Huh? Were you? Really? I asked your dad for his honest opinion, not to wear his teeth. If it's bad, it can't help. But he didn't say just it's terrible. He clearly told me what I needed to improve, and was patient with my lousy food. I am what I am today because of him. Your father didn't pretend to be a dominant husband. Seriously? I guess I'm responsible for you seeing it that way. But you're an adult now. You know what you shouldn't do, right? If you neglect Nancy any longer, she might end up divorcing you. Oh no, I don't want a divorce. Then, tell her honestly how good it tastes. Never ever say BC wife again. You're a lucky man. Nancy is an excellent cook. Plus, she studies various recipes, goes to cooking class, and makes so much effort for you. Yeah, sorry, Mom. It's not me that you're supposed to say sorry to. Go and apologize to Nancy right now and beg her not to divorce you.
Hugh, it's Nancy.
It was actually delicious. I'm sorry. I won't say bad cook anymore.
Yeah, well, starting with tomorrow's breakfast.
I'll definitely eat it all. So please keep making delicious food for me.
Okay.
I'm really, really sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Come home soon.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Shortly after that, Hugh came home out of breath. As soon as he saw me and Greta welcoming him at the door, he kneeled down on the floor and said,
I am so sorry. I'll change my mind. So please don't divorce me.
He seemed utterly remorseful, but Greta did not forgive him yet. She made Hugh sit on the floor and lectured him how hard it was to cook every meal all night long. So we even decided to share the household chores I had been doing alone. Next day, he ate breakfast with his hands together and said,
Thank you.
After enjoying food while saying,
It's delicious.
And said,
Thank you for the food.
And went to work in high spirits. Today's dinner will be the curry that Hugh's going to make. I am looking forward to it. Toby, thank you for your hard work. Just to double check, your business trip will start today, right?
That's right. As I told you this morning, I'll be gone for 3 days and 2 nights starting today. I'll finish my business at the company in the morning and leave first thing in the afternoon. I might have to entertain my clients, so I might be unable to check the texts.
Got it. It seems you don't have any changes, right?
I mean, what's up with you all of a sudden? You usually don't bother to ask me such things. Did something happen?
You see, I'm traveling today too. I thought we should know each other's schedule, just in case.
Oh, I see. So you're going on a trip with your relative, Shelly, too, right?
Yeah, it's 3 days and 2 nights, the same as you.
Gotcha. Have fun.
But I'm sorry that you have to go there for work. I feel bad that I'm the only one having fun.
No. Don't worry about that. You gotta have fun, okay? And actually, going on a business trip is a nice change of pace.
Really?
Once I'm done with work, I can even go sightseeing. It's like a regular trip, you know? In a way, it's probably healthier than working at the office on the computer all the time.
I see. Oh, it's almost time to meet up with Shelly.
Yep, I'm about to leave too.
I'll text you in the evening.
Okay, I'll check as soon as possible.
You will wine and dine with clients, right? Don't push yourself. Anyway, have a safe trip.
You too.
Toby, how's it going over there?
I just finished work and checked into the hotel where I'm staying. Well, I'm so exhausted.
Work is always tiring, isn't it? Thank you for your hard work every day.
Well, working is my role as a husband. I'll do my best.
What kind of work did you do today?
Business meeting. Nothing special. I can't tell you the details because it's a business matter, but I had to finalize the next contract renewal with the client.
I see. That's a lot of work. Going all the way out to renew a contract.
It's a business partner that our company particularly values. I guess it's also a way of buttering him up.
I see. By the way, your company's very generous.
Huh? What do you mean?
They allow one employee to stay in a suite that costs $100 per night for a business trip.
No, of course not. What are you talking about? Well, if it's a hotel in a city or a tourist spot, it's natural that it's a little more expensive, but it's still about $100. No way they can afford a suite. This business trip is not in the city or tourist area. Well, it's a reasonable price. Being just a regular employee is so tough.
What? Really? I didn't know that. So, LA is neither a city nor a tourist area?
Huh?
Actually, I just checked into the hotel you're traveling to a few minutes ago.
Huh? What? But you said that you're traveling with Shelly.
Yeah, I'm traveling with Shelly, sightseeing LA with her.
No, wait. You said that you're looking forward to the beach. You're supposed to go to a beach resort, right?
Oh, that. We are going to stop by the beach on the way home. I meant the beach near LA.
Seriously?
So, I hope you're figuring out what's going on here, right?
Huh? What? What do you mean?
I'm not sure if you really don't know or are just playing dumb, but Rachel Rudo.
What?
She's your business trip partner, right? But I wonder why would a man and a woman be staying in the same room? Besides, it's a hotel suite that costs several $100s per night. I wonder if it's terrible for the company to do that. Does your boss know about it?
Okay, I got it. So maybe you saw me and Rachel were checking in, huh? The thing is, there was a mistake on the hotel's part. That's why we got a suite. They should be able to get us another room later. I still haven't heard from the front desk yet. Perhaps they're busy or something.
Well, even if you call the front desk right now, it's not gonna work. Your lie is already exposed.
I'm telling you, it's true. It's really true. You're accusing me because of some kind of hotel mismanagement, but this is not what you think, you know.
It's not the hotel's fault. You made a reservation to stay in the same room with her from the beginning. At the request of the young lady Rachel, you got a suite.
How can you be so sure without evidence? If you don't stop, I'll get angry.
I have proof.
What? What are you talking about?
You know what? I wonder how come you haven't noticed yet.
Noticed what?
When we were college students, this is a hotel where we stayed with the club members, remember?
Yeah, I remember. But so what? What does it have to do with what's happening right now?
It's fine that you like the hotel, but you should have done a little more research before you came here.
What? What are you talking about?
You still don't get it? Okay then. I think there's a hotel pamphlet in the room. Open the greeting page of the owner. No matter how stupid you are, I bet you can get it when you see it.
What a hassle. What about it?
It's on the table. Just look at it.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Kidding. Hey, this owner, Shirley?
That's right. Sherry is the owner of this hotel. You finally noticed.
No, hang on. The last time I was here, the owner was a woman in her 40s or 50s.
That was a previous owner, Sherry's mother. Recently, her odd chronic disease got worse. So Sherry, who married the hotel chef, took over as the hotel's owner.
Seriously?
What's more, the co-owner of this hotel is Sherry's father. The reason why I got in charge of hotel reservations for my college student club trip was because of that.
Could it be the reason why the complimentary dessert and beverage was offered at the time was that...
That's right. It was a courtesy from Sherry's father. They don't offer college students those complimentary services without any reason. So, back to what's happening now. When you made a reservation for a two-bedded suite, Sherry answered the phone.
Really?
She was in work mode at the time. So, she avoided talking about personal matters. But I heard from her that you said on the phone that you and your wife would stay there, huh? Of course, Sherry thought I would be coming, so she was looking forward to seeing me. So, she contacted me individually and said she'd show me good tourist spots if I wanted. But I had no idea what she was talking about. So, I looked into it. Then, I found out that you were having an affair. Well, that's what led up to here. Now that you get a situation no matter how stupid you are, right?
For real?
So, I'll continue further. Rachel Rudo, the woman you're having an affair with, is the only daughter of the president of your business partner, right?
What? You even looked into that?
Duh! My own husband is having an affair, so it was only natural that I would look into it.
I see. So, you're saying that you've already found out everything?
That's what it means. So, what are you going to do?
If you already know that, there's no choice. Yeah, that's right. I'm in love with Rachel. So, divorce me. You're in my way.
You change your attitude so quickly.
Whatever. Rachel's beautiful, classy, innocent, and above all, she's a president's daughter. She's way better than you. I have a right to choose a woman, you know.
Speaking of which, you always take a liking to innocent-looking girls in games and manga, don't you?
Yeah, sure. Rachel is the embodiment of that kind of young lady. The ideal woman. She's totally different from you. The woman sniffing around the husband sneakingly.
Oh yeah? Then back to my point. I want to get a divorce too. But I'll ask you just in case. You know you're in a position where you have to pay alimony, right?
Of course. If I can divorce you, I'll pay you as much as you want.
Then I'll feel free to ask for it. But do you have the money?
Of course I do. As I've said many times, Rachel is the CEO's daughter, and she's the only daughter. That means Rachel's marriage partner is the next president of the company. In other words, I'm the next president. The company is many times bigger than the one I work for now, so of course I can afford to pay you alimony. Well, it's called Marry into Money, a male version. Finally, an enormous fortune came into my life. It's like something out of a video game or comic book, but it's happening to me in real life. I couldn't pass up such a lucky break.
Well, it's hard to say. You don't know by any chance?
Know what?
The heir to the company is the CEO's nephew.
Huh?
He's gonna be a president next year.
Huh? His nephew?
That's right. And besides, Rachel has a fiancé and is involved with several other men. You're just one of her boyfriends. She didn't tell you that?
Huh? You're kidding, right? Hey, that's a joke, right? Tell me it's a joke.
Oh my, you didn't know anything about it, did you? I'm sorry. Everything I said was true.
So, I can't be president?
Well, duh. I don't think you should be shocked by only that.
Huh? What's more to it? Give me a break.
Nope. You'd better know about this. Rachel's father is very upset that you had an affair with his daughter. He decided to disinherit Rachel, and he just called your company to cancel the deal.
Huh? What?
He said he couldn't do business with the company with such an infidel employee.
Hey, that's internal information, right? There's no way the company would leak it out. I mean, there's no way you know about it. I'm not gonna fall for the lie. You can't trick me with such nonsense.
Because he's here, Rachel's father.
What?
I told him in advance about the affair, and told him I've settled it here today. And he said he wanted to go with me. So he came with me here. He wants to speak with you right now. Oh, don't bother calling. We're in the next room.
Huh?
Well, let's talk in your room right now, in person, with our lawyer. Immediately after this, we rushed into the suite where Toby and Rachel were. Under the lawyer's initiative, I had him sign the divorce papers on the spot. Toby's company lost a major business partner because of this incident and suffered a high amount of damage. They said that Toby was forced to resign as a form of taking responsibility, and that he went around to apologize to people, but nobody lent an ear to him. I, on my part, filed a claim for alimony against Toby and Rachel, and received a lump sum payment. Frankly speaking, I think it was fortunate that we didn't have a child yet. Next time I fall in love, I want to ensure he's a man who will not cheat on me. Rachel also broke up with her fiancé after he found out about the affair. Her father disowned her, as he had declared earlier, and she managed to make a living by working at a nightclub. Toby returned to his parents' house, but they said he did not look for a job and stayed in his room. Apparently, he indulges himself in love with a two-dimensional young lady.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.